We are going to talk about something very important today, and that is how to make money from your feet. And how much should you be charging for pictures and videos to make the most amount of money? I see you. How many videos did you watch before this video? How many Google searches did you do? How many YouTube searches did you do to try to figure out what you should price your stuff for? Cause yeah, it's not that easy to decide. I did the same thing when I started, and I couldn't find the exact information that I was looking for, and I couldn't find people being upfront and honest on where to post stuff, how much you can charge, the best ways to make the most amount of money and reuse your content. And so I decided it was beyond time that I made the video myself, now that I've had the hands-on experience with it and have really tried it out and seen what works and what doesn't. I'm not going to per se tell you what doesn't work because we don't need to know all my failed endeavors. But we are going to talk about what does work and how to make the most amount of money from these bad boys right here. I have no idea if my foot is clean. Might be covered in cat hair and dirt. And hey, you got some free foot content just now, so you should feel lucky, and we should get into the video because I filmed this clip after I was done and in a silly mood. So let's get back to Tori at the beginning of this video, who might be a little bit more serious than me now. I'm silly mood. Now, I have already done 2 videos on this topic, but I haven't gone into the money side of things. My first video I ever did was signing up for OnlyFans and deciding I wanted to go on this journey of making money from my feet. I've always been told I have cute feet from people that don't even have foot fetishes, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this, partially because who doesn't want more money on this side, and also partially because I want to do an experiment for you guys to see how it works and if you can make money at it and how hard it is and all the information. And then I did a second video going more in depth about how that world is, what I've learned from that world, what accounts you should have open, where you should find people, what you should do, just so much information. So feel free to watch that video after this. But this video is all about making that money because that is very important, and it is very hard to tell how much you should price things because if you're new to this world, you're like, well, what is it worth? And that's why I am making a whole entire video about it. And yes, I'm thirsty, and if I don't drink, I start yelling at you guys at the camera because, I don't know, I'm not relaxed and calm, so I'm drinking my V8 energy drinks to be calm. Irony of that, right? So, point is, I want to first go into what accounts you should have open and then how much you should be charging on those different accounts. So the bare minimum I believe that you should have is an Instagram and or a Twitter. I haven't personally explored the Twitter world as much, but I hear it's very beneficial for the feet world. And then I also want you to open an OnlyFans, and I want you to open 2 different accounts, and for 2 different reasons, like completely different. So we'll go into the pricing on each and what you should have open, but if you want to use my referral code for OnlyFans, it is completely free. It's the same as the normal sign up. It just helps a girl out for helping you out, so feel free to use my referral code down below. But back to the money talk and less self-promo. I am going to link down below an article I'm going to write on all the information we're going to talk about in this video and a helpful resource. I'm going to include the Google Doc that I use to help figure out what I should price things at because OnlyFans does charge a 20% fee, and that gives me a little confused on what I should price my stuff at, you know, whether I want the end result to be this much or I want the starting result to be this much, how much I'll get in the end. All that math stuff is done for you on that Google Doc. But the reason why I want you to open an Instagram and a Twitter account is because you are going to use that as a way to self-promo like I do every 5 seconds in my videos. Either way, you're going to use it to promote your customs and your OnlyFans and your 2 different types of OnlyFans. So when it comes to Instagram, it's mostly going to be used to promote your customs. And for customs, you're like, well, what should I price my customs at? And customs basically means it is a custom video or photo for a person, and they can be a little bit more particular on what they're looking for, less particular. Some people just want a generic picture of your soul. Some people want your soul scrunched. Some people want so many different things, which if you want to know more about what people are looking for, like I said, check out the second video I did on this, and that goes into more detail. But point is, for me, for customs, I charge $10 a photo. So for each photo they want, I charge $10. And I decided to make a little little extra ante of people getting more photos by offering a bundle. So this is what a lot of people in this world do, is they want you to buy more stuff, so they offer you a bundle. Just like when you go to the grocery store and it's like, if you buy 5, you get it for cheaper. So what I do is I include 5 photos for $40. So that means they get it a little bit of a discount, and it encourages them to get 5 photos instead of 1 photo. And then as for videos, I charge $20 a minute. So a minute video is $20, but I have a 2-minute minimum. And I recommend having minimums for videos because so many people would just be like, well, can I just get like a minute? And it's not really worth my time as much. You can do it if you want to, but I just don't think it's worth the amount of effort, especially if it's a very custom video. It's not worth doing less than 2 minutes. It's not. So I do a 2-minute minimum, and then all these prices I just listed are for basic photos and videos. Just my feet, no talking, no like extra kinky, different fetish type stuff. It is just the basics, feet. And then I also do occasionally sell used worn socks because this girl's feet get a little bit sweaty at times. So point is, I do sell socks, and they are $20 a day plus shipping to wherever they need it to go. And you can do that too, or you can just do things virtual. And as for additional things, like if a person is into tickling, or they want you to do more non-PG things, if they want some R-rated stuff, obviously that's going to cost extra. I don't personally do R-rated stuff. That is up to you. I'm not judging you, girl. If you want to do it, make that money. It's just not something I'm into, but no judgment. And that way you can make a lot more money. I will be honest here. If I was more into doing that, I would make a heck of a lot more money because I get offers on a regular basis to do content that's a little bit more non-PG, a little bit more R-rated, and I don't do it, but it would make me more money. So that is something to keep in mind. And then also to keep in mind, talking even non-sexual, which I do. I'll talk about like being tickled, or I'll talk about my soles being soft, or something like that, and that does cost extra. And I can't really give you a price on the extra. It's really depending on how much you think it's going to like take you, and how much emotional energy it is, and how much literal time it takes you to do it. So that's just all relative. But for the basic stuff, that is the pricing that I do. And now I want to get into the idea of OnlyFans. And that word makes like YouTube go crazy. They're like, oh my god, inappropriate things because you said OnlyFans, or you included an OnlyFans link, and that's not appropriate. And I'm like, calm your horses. My OnlyFans is completely PG. You can use it in a completely PG way and still make money, folks. You do not have to do R-rated stuff to make money. You can, and you'll make probably more money and easier and quicker, but you don't have to. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. And the other thing to keep in mind is, like I said, they do charge a 20% fee. So I try to keep as much stuff off of OnlyFans as possible. So for my customs, I prefer to do another payment method like Cash App or Venmo. I don't do other ones that are more personal, like doing PayPal or Zelle. I don't do that because it's more attached to my bank account, and PayPal, people can ask for the money back later, so I try to avoid that at all costs. I might do like a trial of them buying something cheaper, and then if they don't take back the money, I'll do something again with them later, just because I don't want to risk like a $400 video to someone that doesn't end up paying it in the end. So either way, that's something to keep in mind. And also to figure out the 20% fee, like I said, in the article that I will link down below, I'll include that Google Docs, because it does get a little confusing on what you should end up pricing things, because I'm like, oh wait, crap, I end up getting this much in the end, because it'll show your statements and it'll show how much you charge, the fee they charge, and how much you got in the end. And sometimes what I got in the end, I'm like, oh crap, I did the math wrong on that. I didn't get the amount I wanted at the end because the fee was higher than I thought it was going to be. So I made the Google Doc so I never have that problem again. Put it into the Google Doc and I know how much to list it for. And like I said, I have 2 different accounts that are for completely different purposes. I have a monthly OnlyFans and I have a pay-to-view OnlyFans. So let's go over the monthly OnlyFans first, which isn't as high of a reward, but it's also not that much work either. So you're going to be charging a monthly fee every month for them to subscribe to you, and they'll be able to see all the content on your page. There's no blend between the monthly and the pay to view content. It's really, that's why I have them separate, is because you can't really do a crossover between the two. So for OnlyFans, the monthly one, it is charging them every single month to view the content. And what I will post is basic things. I'll post daily shots of the day of my feet, or I'll post, you know, just kind of like basic photos, but I won't post anything very, very special or custom. I'll only post an extra special picture every so often. So like every couple weeks I'll post something a little bit nicer, just to, you know, a little treat, but I'm not going to do that on a regular basis because I believe that when you start out with your monthly OnlyFans, you should charge a very low price because you want to get people in, you want to get that clientele, and I've talked about the clientele and finding them in the last video, but as for how much you should actually charge, OnlyFans requires you to charge a minimum of $3.99 a month. I have mine at $4.99 a month, and I am slowly growing my audience because I just switched over to having a monthly OnlyFans. Before, it used to be an only pay-to-view one. I switched over to monthly and then created a separate pay-to-view one. So that little bit amount of money, it might not seem like that much, but it adds up because you gotta think, more than one person, and every single month if they have it set up for reoccurring, and a lot of people do end up just having it on reoccurring, or they resubscribe because they're like, okay, you know, I'm getting a good deal. And technically they are getting a good deal because think about it, if my custom photos are $10 a photo and I'm posting more than one photo a month on that account, they're technically saving money. It's just not a custom photo, but it is still good photos. And also in general, the customs, if I had done it, it still would have been more than that. You get the point. Basically, they save money and it gets you money for the same amount of time and effort. So I can take one photo and it'll be shown to however many subscribers I have. So it's only one photo's worth of effort, but it's more than one payout, if that makes sense. So you end up making more money in the end, and it's great for the people that don't want to pay to view your content or do customs. They just want it like a TV subscription. I have what I have and I love it, and I'll take it. I don't want customs, I don't want none of that. It's just, you know, this is what it is. And for the people that want a little bit more special and a little bit more customized to what they're looking for, they can either do your customs like we talked about, or they can go over to your pay to view content. So let's say they don't want to decide what they want in the video or in the photo. They don't want it extra special, but they still want it specialized to what they're looking for. So let's say it's like a souls video or a tickle video or a tickle photo. I don't know if you really do a tickle photo, but either way, you get the point. It can be specialized, but not custom. Now, on that pay to view, I post two different kinds of pre-made content. Basically, my pay to view account is pre-made, and I make that very clear. I'm like, it is pre-made stuff. It is not custom. It's pre-made, and you can pay to view whatever it is. And I post two different types of stuff on there. I either post old customs that I did for people that don't include their names, because a lot of people end up wanting their names, so I'm not going to post that on my pay to view stuff because it's not going to make any sense, because it's going to use someone's name that didn't pay for it, you know what I mean? So if it is a custom I did for someone else, and also that's a great way to reuse your content, is by using old customs on your pay to view account so you can make more money than just the custom amount that you got in the beginning. And that's why I try to avoid people that want names in their customs or talking in general, so that I can reuse the content by not using their names. And so then I post that, and I also post almost everything that goes on my OnlyFans. And so you can pay to view that one photo or that one video I posted on my monthly account, but it's probably going to cost you more than the subscription to my monthly OnlyFans. So really the monthly one is a better deal, and I try to promote that as much as possible, but some people really just don't want that. They want to pay to view the specific content they want to. So I will put that on there at a higher price than the monthly OnlyFans, and I'll put it at a little bit of a discount compared to if it had been a custom. So let's say it was a custom even though it wasn't. Let's say it's one photo, I'll be like, okay, $10, so I'll post it for a little bit less than $10, but I'll also keep in mind the fee that OnlyFans charges. So it might end up evening out to be around the same price as if they had gotten a custom off of OnlyFans. And I make that very clear. I'm like, if you want a discount and you want it to be cheaper and you want more for your money, we can go off of OnlyFans. But if we're gonna go off OnlyFans, I get charged the fee, and there's no avoiding that. Like, I'm not charging you extra, it's just OnlyFans is charging you something because it's charging me something, if that makes sense. And so then those are the two different things that I post on my pay to view content. And then the third thing that I occasionally post on my pay to view content is my extra special content. So the content that someone didn't order, but it's too good for my monthly OnlyFans because it would be worth too much for the amount of money they're paying, because I haven't currently upped the price yet. If I up the price at some point, then it might be worth posting on there, but currently it would just be too special. Let's say it's like a longer video or it's a tickle talk video. I'm not gonna post it on there because it's too special. It's worth too much money. So that I will post on my pay to view content, and I will post that at the custom rate, full custom rate. I won't discount that at all. Post at the full custom rate, including OnlyFans fee, so those can be a little bit expensive. But if a lot of people have bought it, I might either keep it at the same price, I'm like, oh, it's selling well, or if I'm like, a lot of people bought it, but now it's kind of, people are forgetting about it, I'll lower the price to get more people to buy it, like a discount deal. Like, I'll make more money in the end because it's discounted, if that makes sense. You know, like the sale item that just sells so well, like the dollar menu. They keep the dollar menu around because even though, yeah, they could make more money on it by charging more, they get more people to buy it by discounting it. So I'll have that two different ways of doing it. I'll either post it for full custom price with the additional fee, and then after a while or a lot of sales, I'll bring it down to a sale price so that I can keep racking in those people and get more people that didn't buy it when it was the full price, if that makes sense. Now we have talked so much about where you can post content, how much you should post it for, the different type of content you can post on there, and how much it's for. So it is time for you to actually act on it. Sign up for an account, sign up for an Instagram, sign up for an OnlyFans, do all this and make the money and try it out for yourself. And just keep in mind that price things low in the beginning, get people in, get that clientele so they'll come back once your prices are a little bit higher. And then also keep in mind, customs are more expensive, but they're more work and more time. But make sure to reuse your content. Wherever you're posting it, reuse it in so many different ways so you can make money at every different angle. And feel free to check out the last video I did on it, or my sign up video if you want to see what the experience is like on literally signing up for the account, or watch the second video and learn about what photos and videos they want to see, what different fetishes there are. And also feel free to hit that like button and the subscribe button down below to join the crazy fam. I post new videos every single Wednesday helping you figure out adulting while I'm attempting to figure it out myself. And I post vlogs on weekends, kind of taking you behind the scenes on my life. And I hope you have a great rest of your morning, evening, night, whatever it is for you. I'll see you Wednesday.